Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and this is Guns, Buns, and Abs, the place for women over 40 looking to lose weight, follow a keto lifestyle, and get healthy. So today we are going to be talking about stress, weight gain, and the cortisol factor. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, thank you so very much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below and hit that little bell for notifications when I upload new videos, and smash the thumbs up button if you like the content on this video. I will catch you on
I'm getting back up on my feet.
Now, I wanted to kind of go into a little bit. I know most of us are under even more stress than we normally are during this time of year, and everything is going on with the pandemic, are worrying about our jobs, worrying about our economy, worrying about our homes, worrying about our kids going back to school, whether or not we have a job to go back to, and things like that. And my biggest worry is how I'm going to work and also homeschool my two boys. Stress is very hard on us as humans. We deal with stress on a daily basis, but right now the stress levels are even higher than they normally are. And I totally understand. And that's why today I wanted to talk about this subject regarding the cortisol factor and stress. So, what is cortisol? Cortisol is a hormone that our adrenal glands produce. And it's not a bad thing. Your body needs it, but elevated cortisol levels can cause a myriad of different symptoms and affect your body. And some of those effects are controlling your body's blood sugar levels, which thus regulates your metabolism, and it can act as an anti-inflammatory. It can influence your memory formation, and controlling salt and water balance. It influences your blood pressure levels. Now, so what happens when you have too much cortisol in your system? Well, one thing is rapid weight gain. A lot of times in your face, your chest, your abdomen, and a lot of times you'll see where your arms and your legs are actually thinner. You can have a flushed, round face, high blood pressure levels, osteoporosis, skin changes such as bruises, purple stretch marks, stuff like that. Excuse my cats, they are deciding they're going to play right now. Now, another thing that can happen are muscle weaknesses, mood swings, show up as like anxiety, depression, irritability, and another thing you will see is increased thirst and frequency of urination. Now, I just want to let you know that when you start the keto lifestyle, you will have a lot of these things, not such as the mood swings, the increased thirst, urination, but that's because your body's ridding a lot of the toxins, a lot of the waters in your body that the carb molecules hold on to. But so that's nothing to worry about when you do start the keto lifestyle, but it is something to look out for when under high stress. That is some of the causes. So why does stress cause cortisol spikes and weight gain? Well, kind of think about it this way. When you get scared, excited, or startled, your body produces a hormone, like the rush of adrenaline you feel, like that butterfly feeling in your stomach that you get. And it courses through your body. And it will happen when things like when you're on a roller coaster, when you're going into a job interview, when you are meeting your significant other's parents for the first time. That is a cortisol spike in your body. And some people get a major high off that cortisol spike, like extreme sports people that become addicted to that rush of going on the most extreme roller coaster rides, or jumping out of an airplane, or cliff diving, that type of thing. All those different type of things that can cause, the adrenaline rush, the cortisol spikes. Those are all that hormone just surging through your body. Now, in the short term, adrenaline helps you feel less hungry, and as your blood flows away from those internal organs into the larger muscles to prepare for the fight or flight thing, which is, again, the adrenal dip. But once the effect of the adrenaline wears off, cortisol, known as the stress hormone, hangs around and starts signaling the body to replenish your food supply. So once your adrenaline rush is gone, the cortisol comes back in and says, we need to get food in our system, we need to feed all these muscles, we need to do all this to sustain us from either the fight or the flight that we just went through. But it worked a lot better for our ancestors than it did us. Like, nowadays we stress on things and there's no fight, there's no flight. We sit on the couch, we stress on things. We still get those cortisol spikes and those adrenaline spikes. But we're sitting on the couch worrying about paying our bills, about homeschooling our kids, about how we're going to go get groceries because we don't have money, those type of things. We are not doing the activity to need to replenish our body. We are sitting there stressing on it. Still, we get those spikes in our body. And so after the adrenaline rush is gone, what do? We reach for the closest thing to help us with replenishing our body as the cortisol is calling for, like grabbing that bag of chips, grabbing that cookie, grabbing that muffin, even grabbing a sandwich because we think we are hungry. That is, in my eyes, I'm not a medical professional, but in my eyes, that is stress eating. That is trying to calm yourself. That is due to that cortisol spike. So what can we do? My number one is try to reduce the stress in our lives. I know that's almost impossible right now. We are going through so much as a nation, as the country, as the whole world. We're going through so much. But we can do some things to change our habits. Even though we are, a lot of us, stuck inside or have limited, gym access and stuff like that, we can still change our habits. We can move more. We can go out for a walk. We can walk around the neighborhood. We can go for bike rides. We can go for hikes in a lot of the areas. I know not all areas are still able to do that, but I know in my area, I can go walk around my neighborhood. Even if I have a mask on, I can pull it down, get some fresh air for a few seconds, and then put it back on if people are nearby. Now, another big thing is you need to eat right. Even if you do feel yourself needing to stress eat, grab something healthier. Grab something that is good for you. Not that bag of chips, not that bagel, not that sandwich. Grab fruit. Even if you're on the keto diet and you're just totally stressing and you need something to satisfy that craving, I would say even grab a fruit right now. It will increase your glucose levels and your insulin levels, but it is better than the alternative of the hamburger from McDonald's, unless you get it without a bun. I can see I would do that if you're really craving something and you just don't feel like cooking, you don't feel like doing any of that. Try to make it as healthy as possible. Now, another big thing is that I know I have a difficulty with it, and I know a lot of other people do. When they're stressing, it's hard for them to get sleep. But I have been implementing my own routine. I try to get to bed every night by 10 o'clock. I have a whole nightly routine. I take a shower. I get ready for bed. I do, my face cream that I have that I'm trying out. And I do all kinds of things to calm myself down. I lay in bed. It's quiet. We have actually one of those salt rocks that have, I think right now my husband has it on playing rain. We have it, the white noise effect of rain. And I try to be asleep every night I start my bedtime routine around 10, try to be in bed every night by 11 at the latest. I know that seems really late, but I've always been more of a night owl than a morning person. I have a hard time getting up at 6 o'clock. I've been getting up at 7 o'clock trying to start my day. I do spend the first hour kind of in meditation, thinking of what I'm going to be doing over the day just to bring my stress levels down. Now, another thing is have fun. I know it's hard in this time to have some fun. As long as you have your family and friends around, reach out in a Zoom call, reach out on Facebook, reach out and just, get together they have new groups on Facebook where you can talk to each other and actually communicate with people. And if your husband or your wife is there with you, spend time with them. Play board games. Go out for a walk. Just have fun and maintain those healthy relationships that you have. I know it can be hard right now because we're all stuck so much together. The ones in our household, we get tired of each other. We start arguing and fighting. But try to break that cycle. Try to maintain that healthy relationship and communicate. That is what we need to start focusing on, is our family, our friend connections, and not so much everything that's going on in the world. Quit stressing over everything. I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard. I am right there with you guys, and I am doing my best to limit my viewing of anything to do with what's going on in our country, the politics, which is freaking crazy right now, and finances, and the COVID, and everything like that. I have been trying to limit to just a small portion of my day getting caught up on what's going on in the world, and then I try not to dwell on it, because in all actuality, there's really not a lot I can do about it myself, except for reaching out to my friends, family, and letting them know that I am there for them, just like I am there for you guys. Now, another thing, spend time with your pets if you have them. Pets are a great source of stress reliever. They are kooky, they are funny, they are just a blast to be around most of the time. I mean, you know, you got the added having to clean up after them, which, you know, I have a dog and 2 cats, which actually are not my own. They are my children's, and they were supposed to clean up after them, but you know, being a mom, I ended up doing it. Now, another thing I do highly recommend is take your supplement, your electrolytes, your vitamin Bs, your fatty acids, those type of things. You need to make sure you take your supplements. That will keep your immune system up, and also it brings down that cortisol level. And just try to be your best self. Don't look at the negative, try to look at the positive. Stress sucks, and stress leads to so many of the diseases that we have going on in our lives, such as heart disease. I can't even think of any of it. Even diabetes, and a lot of the diseases can be linked directly to stress. I mean, a lot of it is our diet, and I 100% agree on that. The better our diet is, the better our bodies are, and the better way we handle stress. That's why I went on the keto lifestyle diet, is because of my health, and I wanted to make it better. And I have noticed that I deal so much better with stress now that I have started with the keto lifestyle. And I highly recommend to anybody that wants to get healthy to at least try the keto lifestyle, even if it's a modified version of it, like the Atkins diet. Just lowering the processed foods of the carbohydrates that are out there, like the breads. I mean, I've seen some videos lately about the difference between our breads in the United States and the breads in other countries, and how much healthier, like even French bread from France, actual France, their breads are than ours. We have GMOs in our breads. We have different preservatives. Ours are not healthy breads, and I mean, unless we make them at home, but at the same time we're using processed sugars, we're using processed flours and all that stuff. We are not using whole foods here as much as other countries. But even then, our bodies, from my research, and like I said, I am not a doctor, our bodies are not meant to try to digest wheats and things like that. And then all the processed foods we have, I mean, even the low-fat foods that are out there, they are processed so much. They have so many synthetic ingredients in them just to bring down the fat, but keep the flavor up there so people will actually eat them. Now, you eat some berries, those are naturally sweet. Those are natural. You just have to make sure, you know, they don't have all the pesticides on them and all that stuff. But just eat better. The better you eat, the better you will feel. Now, I just wanted to kind of leave it at that. There are some programs that even will help with the stress a little bit more, and that I follow, which is right now I am not doing either one of them, but there's the Speed Carnivore and the Speed Keto, 2 of the best programs that I have found that work for me. One of the reasons is I don't have to plan. I don't have to add something else to my list. All I have to do is get the groceries and prepare the meals. It's all done for you. The meal plan's all set up for you. I mean, the only thing I have to figure out is on some days when there's a lamb. I don't like lamb, and there's some other like foods that I just don't care for, that I have to pick out something else that will work for that meal. Which, I mean, all the recipes are there, all the meals are there. It is so easy. And then the Speed Carnivore, same way. If they have lamb on there and I don't eat lamb, I just choose another meat and I eat it. Simple, simple, simple. Now, I have to be honest with you, I haven't done the Speed Carnivore yet, but I have looked at the meal plan. I actually purchased it myself. It is $39, and you will be able to find the link below for that. But some delicious recipes, and they're so simple. And actually, it's cheaper to get the foods for that than it is for the Speed Keto. But I do highly recommend doing the Speed Keto first, because it'll kind of get your body fat adapted and on its journey, and then you go through to the Speed Carnivore. Now, remember, take one day at a time. Don't try to think of 6 months in the future at this time, because everything is so up in the air. Try to take one day at a time. Take care of what you can that day to bring your stress levels down. You can plan out tomorrow. I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying you can't think to the future, but just remember, it will get better sooner or later. It will soon be getting better. We are all together. We are humans. We are a complete family, are this whole world. We need to start working together together to bring everybody's stress levels down, to help everybody. If we can be there for each other, things will get easier. It's with all this fighting and everything that has caused a lot of stress in everybody's life, and I totally agree with that. But I am going to let you guys go for today. I will see you next week. My 7-week keto update will be on Sunday. I will see you later.